So a new adventure comes out with the cover art of the Pirate Lord looking suspicious, and a trailer with a suspicious Pirate Lord and a title of Dark Deception. Ooh, I wonder what's gonna happen. Hey you beautiful buccaneers, Falcore here. So jokes aside, the new adventure has hit the seas, and after 4 months of waiting we finally have something to do for 45 minutes. The Dark Deception is an adventure centered around a fake pirate lord, who also has the ability to shapeshift into a green-eyed rat. And sorry for any spoilers in that first sentence, but you're literally watching the guy that talks about the storyline of Sea of Thieves, and if you were worried about spoilers, why are you on YouTube watching a video about the adventure, you sandwich? Now apart from the deception that was instantly obvious, given that the Pirate Lord wanted to meet us on an uncharted island in the middle of nowhere and not just walk 12 feet to his tavern, doesn't have the same ghostly visage as the Pirate Lord, practices signing his name in his own journal, and refers to the Order of Souls as a bunch of witches, there is actually somewhat of a mystery involved surrounding the storyline of this. Oh yeah, mystery. Turns out myself and a few others were right about the mystery. It was Hogarth all along, as seen in this PNG post that was supposed to be the finale. I would go into this more, but if they cannot be bothered to actually make a legitimate ending, then I cannot be bothered to make a legitimate video. But anyway, who is the Pirate Lord? Or rather, who is the person pretending to be the Pirate Lord? But first, before we go into that, the Burning Blade? Yes, as you can see, the Burning Blade is being rebuilt at Shipwreck Bay. Bit of a strange place to build the flagship of the world's most notorious criminal, but here it is. Slowly being built, I presume, from the wreckage around the island. I guess this is Flameheart's middle finger to Pendragon, by potentially building the Burning Blade out of parts from the Black Witch. But here it stands in all its half-built glory, with its figurehead and cannon emplacement that are still sitting in Wonder's lair, but I was asked not to mention that, so I won't. But it appears as though Flameheart's minions are indeed preparing for his arrival by building his flagship ready for him to burn his way through the Sea of Thieves, which he's been promising for 3 years now. Yep, we're still to see any evidence. But hey, at least this is some form of progression, I guess. And he's got a few spares left at Wonder's hideout if he runs out. Oops. So although this adventure pays a little nod to Flameheart, the Imposter himself is not part of his clan. The Imposter is someone who has been hinted at for a long time. In fact, the first time we heard of this imposter was in the holiday season of 2022, where Sea of Thieves shared a few teasers for 2023 over on their Twitch channel. All we knew at the time was that the Servant of Flame was very interested in this imposter and knew that this imposter was after the Sword of Souls. And sure enough, that's exactly what the imposter went after. And by the way, I much prefer my curse of the Cursed Sword of Souls that I made for an older video. Mine looks badass. This one looks like they've just changed the RGB lights. So who is this imposter? Well, it's pretty obvious that Rare have been feeding us this information all along, but in order to get a better grasp of it, like most things Rare hint at, you have to go to Twitter to find out. You see, Rare have been hiding this rat in several Twitter posts, quite a few in fact, and the first letter of each post has been spelling out a sentence. The final post, which gave us the final letter, giving us the sentence of "you looking for the secret," just 2 hours before the release of the Monkey Island showcase. And given that the first Monkey Island game was called The Secret of Monkey Island, it suggests that this rat is something alluding to the Monkey Island universe. Can anyone think of an evil villain in the Monkey Island universe that has the ability to shapeshift? LeChuck. I believe this imposter is LeChuck from the Monkey Island universe. Now I know some of you might be skeptical, but let's look at the evidence. The hidden rat posts on social media end just before the release of the Monkey Island showcase video. LeChuck has the ability to shapeshift. Within the tease videos showcased in the 2022 livestream, the Servant of Flame remarks that the legend that is spoken of can rot in his prison. Within the Monkey Island trailers, the Voodoo Lady says that LeChuck is holding Threepwood prisoner within his own memories, and Guybrush refers to himself as the Legend of Monkey Island. The Servant of Flame also mentions that the imposter seeks the Sword of Souls, and remarks,
My father has dealt with scurrying rats before. Let's see if we have a new Duke in the making.
Why does he say we have another Duke in the making? Well, for those who don't know, within the Sea of Thieves novel Heart of Fire, it is revealed that Duke was once a skeleton and a crew member of Flameheart, and it was Duke that was responsible for stopping his terror on the seas. The only problem is, Duke has no recollection of this, as he was offered to return to the seas in his human form, but he would have no memory of his time as a skeleton. So the Servant of Flame refers to the Imposter as another Duke in the making, which means that whoever he's talking about is a skeleton against the agenda of Flameheart. Put it all together, and the fact that this adventure's tasks were very reminiscent of a Monkey Island game, and you have your answer. But you see, what you all have to remember is, this is all speculative, and could all very easily be wrong. But that's the fun with theory crafting. This is why my theory on the captain being from the Hook franchise is so tantalizing. Often the theories line up in such a way that it just makes sense, and it's often the way that a theory can sometimes be much better than reality. For example, when the fake pirate lord reaches for this tainted sword, he remarks,
"I hope you enjoy clearing up the mess we've made."
Who is we? Well, there is only one faction that isn't Athena that is against the agenda of Flameheart, the Dark Brethren. But why would LeChuck be working for the Dark Brethren all of a sudden? Maybe because he's not working for them, they're working for him. Remember when the captain of the Dark Brethren, yes, the fabled captain we are yet to meet, remarked that once the walls between the world were shattered, he would make his way to the Sea of Thieves? Although the Dark Brethren failed, Flameheart certainly succeeded in this escapade. The Sea of Thieves is now a world torn between two, which left the door open for the captain to travel here. Subscribe!